Coming to you straight from the Rio Grande and beyond, broadcasting to the four corners of the globe. So grab your seat, your coffee, or your sundowner.
Okay, everybody, here we go.
On point, as always. This is Gloves Off. Gloves Off. Gloves Off is always on point. On point. Bringing you the best on current issues, community affairs, and the happenings around us. This segment of Gloves Off is brought to you by the best, so pay them a visit. Check them out. This is Gloves Off. If you've ever wondered, if you ever had a clue what would happen if Batman, the Avengers, the X-Men fought the 47 Ronin, you will have great hitting, power strikes, and speed. This event will be known as the North Texas Stick Fighting Championships. It's open to all martial artists. This is where legends are formed, where they're forged, where they are founded. Sign up now. Call the number 956-401-4868 and look up the website at www.savate.biz. So remember, this is for serious martial artists. If you're not serious, sit back and whisper about the event. If not, we'll see you there.
We're back at you in Gloves Off, and today I'm with Fito Martinez. We're talking about boxing, promotion of boxing, his upcoming event, and he's been a leader in promoting boxing events in the last decade, okay, here in Laredo, Texas, and he's a good friend of mine, and we've had long chats about boxing in general. How are we doing, Fito?
Doing good, Paul. How are you doing? Thanks for inviting me.
No, thank you for continuing to do what you're doing. You know, that's number one, because
Thank you.
as you know, it's hard.
Yes, I do. As you know, it's hard.
And a lot of people say that it's not, and it's just like fun and games. No, there's a lot of stuff that goes on in it. But let's talk about your upcoming event. What is it?
Okay, we're having a Fight Fest 19 This event, we're having 8 boxing matches. We have a great card, to be honest. One of the best I think that we've put together, because we have a lot of the top local fighters. Okay, I'll start with the main event, which would be Jorge Castañeda.
Sure.
Okay, he'll be fighting a 10-2 guy from Saltillo. His name is Contreras. Okay, and then the co-main event will be a title bout for Mandy Fuentes. One more time, she's there. I mean, I know she can pull it off, and we're gonna give her another title shot. Trying to make history on her first female in the Gateway City to become a champion. That's where we're at right now. Then we have Porito Chico Martinez, Jorge Ramos, which won the ABF title.
Sure.
And then we have all the locals, the 4-rounders, the promising rising stars. Rafael Morales from Alto Dávalos. We have Jorge Cárdenas, Ferreiro, the son of the other heavyweight champion.
He's a great guy, and then his son is, and I'm glad that he's in boxing.
Yeah, he's real good also. We have other locals from Oscar Barrera, Jaramillo. We have some good, it's a good card. Overall, a great card, all boxing, 8 boxing matches, August 16th.
And there's some great names, and they come out of some great stables, some great gyms. In boxing, up to 2000, when I moved back,
Correct.
It was dead here in Laredo.
Yes.
You had one club, and it kind of muffled everybody.
Exactly.
And then we started fighting to open it up, and then you started seeing the different coaches go out and expand.
Correct.
We had some rough times, but as you know, and I'm glad that I'm glad that Aldo Dávalos is continuing down the path of his father.
Yes.
Hector Ferreiro's son is doing wonderful.
Correct.
The guys out of the PAL, they're doing great. The Gomez fighters,
brothers, yeah.
Jorge, you're doing wonderful. And you guys want to come out? We'll come out here and chat, and because this is for you all.
Correct.
Okay, we started the show for the community of Laredo and Texas and everything else to understand what it is,
Exactly.
what it takes. You know, not only in boxing, the community events, community affairs, and all that stuff that we're supposed to be within. We're supposed to know this culture that we live in. Right?
Exactly. Correct.
Pero let's talk. How did you get started?
I got started back in 2010.
Sure.
This is my 9th year promoting. I started, I've always been involved in competitive sports, mostly boxing. I fought at an amateur level, some tough man fights I fought. And I never had the time with my professional job. You have to dedicate yourself to go to the next level, professional level. So I stayed at that to keep on. I decided to promote. I remember I started up to promote my cousin, Poncho Martinez, El Gallo Negro.
Sure. I remember Poncho. And how's he doing?
He's doing great. He's right now working the oil fields. He's a
good guy.
He's a real good guy. My right hand man. We always chat.
You know, he's a good guy. I remember talking to him. I remember one time, some lady, I was passing by San Bernardo, and he used to work at McDonald's, of course. And he had a flat, and we came out, we were helping him out. Then we went inside, and we just started talking boxing for about 3 hours. And
yeah, that's him, right?
And then,
he loves to talk. He's
a good guy. But continue with what.
So I started with him. It was my first show we did in October, and we had to cramp everything up because he was scheduled to fight. His fight drops, like, as you know the sport. So talking to Felix, he was his trainer. So we started building we got the license. We crunched everything in about 6 weeks, Paul. I don't want to lie to you. And we got him a fight. It was in October 2010. That was my first event, and I took a loss. Pretty hit. I mean, unexperienced. I didn't know the ins and outs. So we lost, but we had a good card. It was stable from Felix, from a couple of other gyms, but that's how AAA got started.
Sure.
Because of my cousin Poncho El Gallo Negro Martinez.
Sure. And I remember talking with you back then about, and you and Ricky Jaime came
Exactly.
up.
You were the one of the first that I asked for advice, because you used to do the fights and you kind of explained to me, and that's where it all. Once I started, it just took about, I want to say, another 3 months since I got my license, and we went ahead and did that. But you were one of those. Felix Garcia helped me also. And then everybody else came into play, the Gomez, that were the other gyms. Like you said, more gyms expanded, so we got fighters from all, trying to give a equal opportunity to all the fighters.
And that's the way it should be. You
Yes,
know,
sir.
when we grew up and back then, all the gyms were against each other. The karate gym was against this one, and this one was against the other one, and it was just a rift that they had. They had beef,
Correct.
and nobody knew why they had beef amongst each other, and to the day they don't know why.
Exactly.
Understand
Yes.
what I'm saying? So everybody was against each other. That's the way we grew up. Okay, and if you came from this one and you ended up with the other one, you ended up in a fight because you were from a different school, and that's just the way it was.
Exactly.
And it's not supposed to be that way.
No,
Okay?
it's a,
But from 2000 this way, I saw a lot of the coaches helping each other.
yes.
You know, Poncho Dean helping Davalos and Gato and everybody. Even though they had their own separate things, when it came down to it,
They would lend a hand.
they'll lend a hand. And now I see that more so.
Exactly, I do.
¿Me entiendes? And you see it in the amateur level, which is great. And then you start seeing it more in
The
the
professional
pro
level, yeah.
pro levels. Because guess what? This is our sport.
Exactly.
You know? For people not to say, you don't know, who cares? You know, there's people that, if that gym's closer to where you drive to and you want to go there or go for it, or
Exactly,
if that's
yeah.
your uncle, go for it. Nobody's going to say anything about it. You
True,
know? Nobody
exactly.
really cares. You know, what they care about is
Get it
once you
involved.
make it, they're going to help you get up there.
I agree.
¿Me
And
entiendes?
that's what the whole point is. I agree on that, like helping each other out to grow. Grow for the better of the fighter. I mean, the fighter grows, the trainer grows. I mean, it's a package. But yes, that's where we're at right now at Fight Fest 19, except for August 16. But that's how I got started. I do want to give a real quick appreciation to Ricky Jaime
Sure.
and Angel Garcia, which they started the AAA promotion with me because we opened the same ambulance.
Sure.
And then they left because they just did it for me, and then I stayed by myself. So I'm a sole promoter there. But I want to give a thanks to them.
No, they're great. They're great. A lot of people don't know. Ricky's father and his uncle used to train with my uncle.
Oh, okay.
And I knew them when I was 16, 14, and they were the ones that would teach me, okay, do this way, do it that way. And that's just
Yeah, I know you know them. You know them real close, Ricky.
You know, so he's a great guy, and every time we see him again, we just sit down and talk, and all of a sudden we leave, and then we come back to the same conversation 4 years later when we're talking about, but
Yes.
it's great that everybody goes in there. But what do you see now in your eyes in boxing? Where is it going here in Laredo? ¿Qué está pasando?
It's grown. Before, like you said, 2000, it was kind of dead. You used to have maybe once, 2 shows, maybe 2 years. I'm bringing 3 shows a year. I've brought we've worked with Top Rank and PBC. Hopefully, we're working something to bring them back. We will be doing bigger shows. I'm excited about that because we have some promising talks that we've been talking to bigger promoters so they can come in. So we're looking at 3 to 4 shows a year, which it's grown since before it was 1 or 2 every 2-3 years. You know that. Grateful for. Before it was Canizales.
Sure.
He's the one that really paved the way for
Dr.
it.
Mendoza, we used to put
Exactly.
some back then, and then it just kind of just died out. Even in the amateurs, it was dead for a long time. You didn't see anything.
And now we have also like the amateurs. A lot of
Yeah.
amateur shows. The Guns and Roses are doing a
Real good job. There's another gentleman with a tough Texan
Yeah,
doing
tough
that.
Texan.
Hey, this is what it's all about.
all these
man.
kids are. That's what it's all about. The kids growing up to
The amateurs are moving up,
The
you know?
amateurs moving up, and from there is where we recruit. We give a chance to all
Everything.
all the locals.
Where's the show going to be? This one.
And they're all at the same sort of arena. We've grown that I don't fit in the local events, so we do it at the same sort of arena. I'm real grateful for the city of Laredo, and it used to be Javier Villalon, now it's Juan Mendiola, and we're grateful for them. We work real close together, and they help us out a lot on these events.
And folks, let's support local guys fighting. Everybody loves to watch fighting, and like to watch fights on TV and so on and so forth. Let's support them because this is us. This is our guys going up there. Just like you support football and soccer and teams and so on and
Yes,
so forth in high school. These are our amateurs. We should go up there and the pros that made it. Let's go
Yes.
help them out. That's just the way it is.
I mean, that's all it's all about. And I think we have a lot of talent, Paul. A lot of good boxers, talented. I'm thinking that we should have in the next couple of years another world champion like
Easy.
Gonzalez. I'm pretty
Easy.
sure pretty sure
Easy.
and confident we will have.
Talking about world champions, I always reiterate this. We have 4. People say, no, it's only the Canizales brothers. No. Before them, it was battling Shaw. He's the one that made the gancho. People don't understand that the gancho comes from Laredo. It was a battling Shaw that did that. He was a world champion here. But what happens is he was born here, but people say Mexican. He was a Mexican fighter. No, he was from Texas. So we have to change that. Go in there.
The mentality, yes.
Then we had the 2 Canizales brothers, Gabi and Orlando. Great fighters. Orlando's the best there was.
Yes.
Please. And people say Burnell Whitaker, who passed away in that accident the other day.
Yes.
But and some of the others, but Orlando was
one of the best defensive fighters there is out there.
Period. His record still hasn't been beaten. And then you have Hector Ferrero. He did great.
True.
He did it. So are we going to have more? Yes, we're going to have
We
more.
will have more, yes. Correct.
We will have more.
Yes.
And who out of the bunch that you have, who would you say, this is a person that we should pay attention to?
There's a couple. There's a couple of fighters that I really think that you catch the eye on him, and I don't think it's any of a surprise, but I think Castañeda has what it takes to go big. That stable that they have, the Gomez have, they have real good fighters, and
Sure.
they pay a lot of attention to them. I see him doing big things. Josh Juarez also, he won't be fighting on this one, but he will be fighting a week before in Grand Prairie, Texas, wish him luck. He is one also. Polo Chico Martinez, he deviated a little bit because of his job. He works out of town, the fire department. He's a medic also, so he trains and he skips some fights and those, but he's coming back. He's gonna fight a tough guy. This is Rafael Morales from the Dávalos. I think that he's been improving a lot.
Rafael Morales?
Rafael Morales, yeah. You should see that fight, Paul. I mean, against Polito. It's gonna be a tough fight for both of them, but we're doing a catch weight on that.
And the Dávalos are great. They come from a big boxing family.
Right.
And his father was a very good friend of mine, and so is Aldo and Turin, and they're both great guys, and I'm glad that they've continued.
Yes.
And that, people say, I want to open up a boxing gym. Right now, there's boxing gyms and teaching boxing in every weightlifting gym, fitness center, yoga center. Todos están enseñando boxing and they couldn't even box a pizza.
Exactly. They're like cardio boxing, right?
Yeah, they're on todos enseñando boxing, que I can show you this, I can show you that. And they're telling people that's what it is, and people are getting hurt.
True.
Unfortunately, but to each their own. But boxing is growing. If you really want to go to boxing, there's many clubs here that would teach you the sweet science.
Exactly.
And I'm not saying come to my school or not, because I don't take kids to matches anymore. I got tired. When we talked back then, I was just kind of burnt out of everything.
Yes, exactly. I remember.
And and I'm gonna say it openly, if it's a own gym. This is my personal gym, this is my school, this is what it is. And when you're teaching and you have a team of boxing and you're traveling everywhere, the money used to come out of my pocket.
I remember.
The boxers don't have it, and so you're out there asking people for donations, and I hate doing that. So we used to just, it's gonna cost us so much, here it is, I knew exactly how much it'll be every time we'll go someplace. And then it just gets tiring.
It gets tiring, exactly.
So when you see the PALs, when you see the Police Athletics League doing that, when you see the firemen having a gym and they're taking people out, they have sponsors. They have grants for that. They have stuff for that they can take and they can allow it. So I'd rather send a kid to the Wet PAL or somewhere else where they can take them
Exactly. See, yeah,
then I don't know if I have the money to take them out of town or not, or have the time because you know what I'm saying?
To take them to the next step. Como quien dice.
So that's the reason why I stopped and back then, but they're doing good jobs.
Yeah, they are.
The Gomez are doing excellent. They're doing a good job. Their son, when he beat us, ¿cómo se llama? Mayorga.
Yeah, he should be fighting in the next event also. Ahorita.
He's going to be in August?
No, and the other one. We'll have one to end the year.
Okay.
But in August, no. But I also forgot to mention this, the other kid, Jorge Ramos.
Jorge Ramos. I've heard a lot of Jorge Ramos.
Yeah,
I do not know.
He's doing good too, and he's very promising too.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of people to, like in this particular event, that's what I'm focusing on, Paul. This 4 or 5 fights that we have, they're really, you should see them. They're going to be real good fights, real tough fights for all Laredo, but they have to get tested once in a while, and this is what it is.
That's what it is. I mean, you're a boxer. You have to go inside, and if you're boxing, like and I'm gonna say, the way este boxer que Boom Boom Mancini used to say, you can't fight tomato cans. You have to fight.
Exactly.
You have to fight the whole sauce with the meat, meatballs and everything.
And everything. Yeah, true.
Yeah. So.
And I mean that's what it's all about.
That's what it's about. And that's what it's about. And let's go. What is your favorite boxer?
My favorite boxer,
and of all time, what's your favorite one?
Of all time, I would say Arturo Gatti.
Yeah.
Arturo Gatti. He's my favorite boxer.
What would you say then?
He had a good style of fighting, and he had a heart of a warrior, man.
Sure.
I mean, he would leave it always all out of the ring.
Yeah.
All out. And it resembles much Ponchillo, my cousin. That kid had so much heart. I mean,
sure.
It was incredible. And we have a lot of local fighters that get on the ring.
And they have the heart.
Yeah, they have
the heart.
Not everybody have it, and yes, but
you have to.
We have a lot of kids that do have it.
I tell this to folks. I go, they bring me kids all the time, and you can see it in their eyes if they have it or they don't have it.
True.
You look at them in their eyes, and there's that little stare, and that little smirk, and okay, you're going to be the one. Sabes que the other one,
you train.
You can train all the one, and it ain't going to happen.
It ain't going to happen.
You know what the saddest thing is, the most discouraging thing is that I have to accept. It's very humbling, okay? Because we fought in the ring and trained in the ring, and you're gonna be at this fight, yes, because that's where the word comes from. And then here we're doing all the fights and everything else, and all of a sudden the fight's a week away, and then everybody forfeits.
Oh yeah.
The excuses. I can write a book.
Very much.
My grandmother's cat died. My girlfriend won't let me. My girlfriend's gonna leave me if I fight.
I got hurt.
My mom is crying, está prendiendo velas. I mean, I can.
You've heard, yeah.
And you're like, really? Y luego los ves ahí después de eso.
Yeah.
Bien machote, tiene la cara, yo, hey.
I remember that.
You remember?
It's happened to you?
Many times.
And it happens. I mean, that's part of the stress. Like, all the way to the weigh-ins, and then they don't make weight, and then how many fights drop. I've been blessed, Paul, that I've had all my events have gone through. I've never had to cancel, and I mean, thank you the Lord. But I mean, it's hard.
It's hard. A lot of people think that you're promoting boxing and you're going to make a killing. You're not making a killing. You know that.
Not at all. I mean, I wish, right? We wish we could, but it's hard. I mean, it's a lot of expenses that people don't see. The back of the business. They always criticize. Hey, you always fight this one. Well, I mean, besides being a sport, it's a business. I mean. If it doesn't come out, how do I pay? I mean, this is not amateur. This is professional. I have to pay the fighters. I mean, they did their job in the ring. They want to get paid, and it happens a lot. I mean, people don't see that, and everybody throws their 2 cents. You're gonna have, like everywhere else, your negative people and your positive people.
Sure.
But I mean, I've learned the years. Sometimes I would get hurt and. Just to blow it off, because you can't please everybody, Paul.
No, you cannot.
It's hard.
You cannot. And I remember one thing that I told you when we first started, and I said, listen, an amateur event and a pro event, the only difference is advertisement, the rent of the ring, the rent of the location.
True. True.
It's the same. The only difference in pro and amateurs, you have to pay the fighters and you have to pay the commission. The insurances is the same.
Exactly.
So that overhead stays the same. I go, you have to get sponsorships to pay for that, because if you do not get that, it's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, I remember.
So people, you know, come in there. Oh, vamos, we're going to do this. Oh, good luck, you know.
Yeah.
Why don't you have this fight over here? Oh, good luck, you know.
Yeah.
Because it's $6,000-$7,000.
There's comes other promoters. They've come to Laredo and tried it, and they do one hit deal and they leave them stranded. Like I keep them busy.
Yeah,
I keep them active.
You're continuing because you have it in the heart.
Yeah.
You have to make money. It is a business. You have to live, and everybody's coming out happy. I've never seen a discontent fighter, commission, or anybody else. You've always
I try to take care of what has to be done, and then from there, well, we'll.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Again, what's the date?
August 16th at the same sort of arena.
Okay. And the tickets, where can they buy?
They buy them at the arena, or they can call us. My daughter Karina helps me a lot.
We have a Facebook page?
Yeah, Karina Martinez or Fito Martinez. We also have tickets available. And also the fighters are going to fight. They ask for tickets. They will be selling tickets as well.
All right, guys. Remember to support our local boxers in August. Fight Fest, what?
Fight Fest 19.
Fight Fest 19. Once more, it's always a pleasure.
Yeah. Paul,
thank you, and continue doing
Thank you
what
very
you're
much,
doing.
and thanks for everything you do.
No, thanks you guys, man.
Thank you.
And boxers, go out there and win. And any of you guys that are out there boxing, Ramos, Jorge, some of the other guys.
Mandy.
Mandy already came out. Come on over. Let's come out and talk, and let's get your crew behind you, and let's push this forward, because number one, this is for you guys. And we have to understand that we've all been there, we've all walked up, we all have the butterflies going up to the ring, and we all smile when we win. So I'm proud of you guys.
Thank you, Paul.
Peace.
If you've ever wondered, if you ever had a clue what would happen if Batman, the Avengers, the X-Men fought the 47 Ronin, you will have great hitting, power strikes, and speed. This event will be known as the North Texas Stick Fighting Championships. It's open to all martial artists. This is where legends are formed, where they're forged, where they are founded. Sign up now. Call the number 956-401-4868 and look up the website at www.savate.biz. So remember, this is for serious martial artists. If you're not serious, sit back and whisper about the event. If not, we'll see you there.
Huh?